Hey y'all, how are ya? So, I don't know why I never look cute when I be talking to y'all. I got some eyebrows, y'all. It's just not colored in right now. But yeah, I was having a conversation with my sister earlier, and I was starting to realize, like, okay, they look a little better. I was starting to realize, like, as you get older and you start to find yourself, you just kind of go into whatever your own beliefs are. If you're going to a spiritual journey, I'm just going to speak for me. I always speak for me when I started going into my spiritual journey, I have the worst relationships now. I have the ultimate worst relationships. And I think because of a sense where it's like I'm not letting a lot of shit slide no more. When I was not understanding who I was as a woman, and when I wasn't really understanding my purpose in life, I was just kind of going with the flow with a lot of stuff, because it's like I was in the whole traditional, I work in the regular 9 to 5, he working the regular 9 to 5, we raising the kids, life going on, boom. And I'm knowing in the back of my mind, this ain't something that I can see myself doing for the rest of my life. To be a housewife and to work in the 9 to 5, it ain't nothing passionate about that. It ain't nothing exciting about that. I'm giving my life and he giving his life to somebody else's dream and job, damn near until we retire. Barely having time for our children to just really give our children the type of love and nurturing that they really need to be able to function out in this world when they get older. Like, ain't no way in hell I can see myself doing and tolerating certain things for the rest of my life. I can't do it. So, and like I said, I was saying it in my previous videos, I ended up meeting somebody that kind of made me tap into my spiritual journey. Like, I think that's what kind of gave me that breakthrough that I needed to realize, like, yeah, I'm a whole different type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, this me type shit. So, yeah, like, as I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm healing and I'm getting a lot of stuff out of my chest and I'm setting boundaries more and more, my relationships have been hard as fuck. Like, when you are on a spiritual journey and you really healing yourself and you finding yourself and you learning what your boundaries are, you learning what your triggers are, you learning what you can accept and you can tolerate, and then you also learning what you can't deal with and accept and tolerate. It's like you fight between if you allowing yourself to be a fool, or if you know you settling for less, or you deserve better than what you getting, without always having to tell or remind somebody. Like, a relationship, when it comes to love and business and finance, everything should be reciprocal and it should be transactional. Like, if something is coming out, something should be coming in. And I think with a lot of relationships, it's so much of a take with certain amounts of give. Like, people put limitations on how much they willing to give of you, whether it's their self, whether it's their time, whether it's their money. It's always something that has to be on the line. Like, people are not allowing themselves to be vulnerable when it comes to relationships again, and that sucks. Like, and I'm starting to see that, because it's like, when I'm in a relationship, I'm going to allow myself, once we've gained that trust and that loyalty amongst the two, I allow myself to start slowly but surely being vulnerable to you, because this is what will happen in a relationship. Like, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. But if it gets to a point where I cannot allow myself to be vulnerable with you, it's some type of energy that you reserving from me that I'm not going to keep trying to pull out of you, because your love is starting to be conditional. You only going to do it under the condition of, if I don't feel myself getting played, if I don't feel myself, feeling like I'm doing too much. But when you're in a relationship, it ain't no such thing as doing too much. If you don't do it, or you're gonna do it at all. That's just what it is. And I think that's the loss of a lot of people. Like, it's only beneficial. Relationships nowadays are only beneficial based on what you can get out of a person, until it ain't nothing else that you can get out of. But the whole thing about being in a relationship is still being able to give or take or receive from a person, even if they don't have nothing to give in that moment. Because you gonna go through a season. We all gonna go through a season, boo. You gonna be down, I might be up. I might be up, you might be down. But that's what we're here for. That's what this relationship is based off of. That's what we need. So it ain't no love out here. Everybody is in a relationship for a codependency type of trauma bond, or just on some survival instinct, just on survival mode. And I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it. Because even if we going, the type of person that I am, even if we going through the hardest storm of our life, I'ma thug it out with you. Cause I know it's gonna be days bigger and brighter than this. And I think with certain men that I have dealt with in my life have shown me that. And yeah, I could have stuck around. I could have went back. I could have made it work. But it's like you already showed me who you were in those times or those moments where it was like when the storms came, you ran. And with me, I'm big on protecting me at all times because I'm going to protect you how I want to be protected. Like, growing up in my life, I didn't have that type of protection, especially in the man life. Because I had a father that wasn't big on expressing his emotions. Like, he didn't know how to say I love you, or he didn't know how to say or express certain things because he still wasn't nobody there for him when he was little. Like, he didn't know his father when he was younger. So it's like, how can somebody that never experienced love teach you about love and what it is to be loved and how it feels to be loved? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no matter what, a man didn't never have to have a lot of money. He ain't have to be the richest. He ain't have to be the finest. But if your loyalty was there and the protection, by you being a leader and a provider in my life, a provider of not even just money or monetary value, but just providing a safe space for me, it ain't nothing that I won't do for you. Because like I said, I reciprocate the same type of love and protection that I want to have within myself. I will go through the ends of the earth with you. But if it's not reciprocated and you have shown me that you cannot protect my feelings, you can't protect my heart, my mind, my spirit, my body away from things that you can see that's hurting me or hindering me, I could never go back to you. I can never go back. Like, I could get over a lot of things, but that there, especially if you know that's a trigger for me, or if you know that that's just something that I'm big on, and you just feel like you choose not to reciprocate, I wish you well. I don't want no bad blood, because it's like after a certain point in your life when you start to realize, like, sometimes that's just who people I choose to be, and that's just gonna be who they are, and then ain't really nothing you can do about it. Like, people ain't just experiencing somebody to give them real love. And because people are so used to trauma, and that's just what I'm experiencing in my relationships, people are so used to trauma, where it's like, if you are providing a piece, it's like, nah, you up to something. Nah, this too good to be true. Like, and that just made me look at people so different, because you really feel like you're not capable of love. Like, you really feel like you're not worthy of somebody actually loving you. That's scary. And that say a lot about you and what you actually think about yourself. Like, I done got to a point where I know the type of person I am. I'm worthy of loving somebody. I'm worthy of being loved on. I'm worthy of being catered to. I'm worthy of being held down and loyal to be taken care of in many different ways. I know I'm aware of that. I'm worthy of that. So I'm not going to settle for anything other than that. Like, back then I didn't know it, because like I said, I'm just going out what I think I know, just going out what I've learned to be as I'm growing up. But now, as I have dealt with life and been through things and experienced certain things in my life where it don't take me long to learn a lesson, like, this ain't the type of love that I'm looking for when it comes to like how y'all moving out here. And I don't like that. And I think, like, when you start tapping into yourself and you start building yourself into a higher frequency, your love life gonna suck. Because it's very rare that you actually find the opposite of you out here, who are actually more self-aware, can take accountability, are on a different type of level. They want more, they do more, they don't just rely on one thing to get them by. Like, they tapping into many of they, you know what I'm saying, they goals. Like, they really out here doing their purpose in this world and not necessarily giving up. And those are really rare to find. And if you do got somebody like that, and even if you are going through like the smallest troubles, like, please just stick it out. Because the dating pool got peace in it. Unhealed, stanky, unpurified, unfiltered piss. You hear what I'm saying? So hold on to who you got. You know, because like I said, as a spiritual being, as an empath, as an alchemist, as a herbalist, as the chosen one, the black sheep, the eyeball, the whatever we want to get called, like, it's hard out here in our love life because people don't understand what it feels like to not be bound to a certain type of restriction or a way of thinking or a way of life. Like, we got to get out the hood. We got to get out of thinking like the hood. We got to get out of thinking that we're not capable of getting out of the poverty or hood mindset. And once we get to that point, I'm talking to my sisters and my brothers, baby. I'm talking to the black community. Like, we have to find love again. Like, when you take away all the money that we trying so hard to get that we still ain't tapped into yet because we still not tapping into our true powers, I think, like, once we get to a point where we start thinking outside of the physical and get into the spiritual aspects, if you have everything abundantly spiritually, it ain't nothing that you can't get in the physical world. So I think people got to go outside of their normal way of thinking for at least just give themselves a chance to actually be love and see what love feels like. And once you find that, I think that a lot of things will start to flow after. So, but I'm going to wrap this video up. Just wanted to give y'all a little 1-2 on how I was feeling today. Like I said, I'm always open to new and interesting topics and comments. If y'all are on Facebook, please, I just reactivated my page because 11. I just needed a break from social media for a minute. I needed a break from reality. I needed a break from people. So I am back active. More videos will still be coming in, flowing in as they should. I always tune in, y'all. I appreciate the few that's already watching. We're going to grow. We're going to manifest to get to 1,000. And then we're going to get to 1,000, get to 10,000. 10,000 going to turn to 100,000. 100,000 going to turn to 1,000,000. So keep rocking with me, y'all. Subscribe, tune in, keep up with my reels, keep up with my videos. My Facebook is Misha Denise. My Instagram is Emerald G TV. I also have an Emerald G Fit page, so it's also be fitness ideas, fitness plans, things like that. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tune in for the next video. I love y'all.